So he stands up, the CO grabs him. Hey, come here. Grabs him up. That's the other name that's in the case. What, Jerry Lewis?
Oh, yeah.
He had nothing to do with nothing. But he get grabbed up. Then they start looking at everybody. They're checking hands, heads, whatever. They check Mark Cherie and they see he got a fucking hole like this in the back of his head. So they take all four of us, the kid that fired me up, me, the Zoe that got fired up, and the other homie that didn't do shit. They take us all into the back of the dorm where it's like a back hallway that COs are able to come into the unit without nobody seeing them. They take us back there. They beat the fuck out of the one that fired me up, and they beat the fuck out of my bro, Jerry Lewis. Beat the shit out of them. Then they take me and Mark Sherry to medical. So we got to get stitched up and shit. We get stitched up. We go to confinement. Once you in confinement in Florida, you go to AC confinement, which is administrative confinement. You got to go in there for however long it is, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Then you go in front of DR court. When you go in front of DR court, that's when they're like, okay, so you got hit with possession of a weapon and assault on an inmate. How do you plead? Not guilty. All four of us got hit with all the same shit. So they lied in the DR and said that I hit him back with a rock and he had a lock or some shit. It never happened. I just got fired up. Then the two other dudes, they said they went at it. They didn't even do nothing because Mark Sherry got popped by one of my bros that didn't even get caught for doing it. But because this kid fired me up in front of the COs, all four of us went to confinement. Obviously, he went to confinement, but then the three of us went to confinement too. So all of us go in there. We all get hit with 120 days. After we get hit with 120 days, I write a grievance. They already know bro popped me because they fucking watched him do it. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, I got hit with this, da-da-da-da-da. And then the COs beat the fuck out of them too. I said the COs beat the same dude that fired me up. And then they beat the other homie that had nothing to do with nothing. So they talking about, oh, you snitched on dude. How'd I snitch on dude? We already got sentenced to confinement. That already happened. We already got found guilty in confinement. But not only that, you crashed me in front of the police where they watching it, so your ass could just check in. Then they said, oh, you snitched on the police. How you snitch on the police? I thought Kodak Black did that. Everybody said, no, you can't snitch on the police. Because I didn't get hit by the police. They got beat by the police.
Hey, your shit muted. Your shit went quiet.
If you look on the paper from the grievance, it says February 4th. If you go look at my disciplinary reports,
yeah,
I got the images right here.
So you basically saying that grievance, or you know what I'm saying, the statement that people seeing is not no forward shit or no fake shit.
No, I wrote that.
So you definitely wrote it.
They were like, oh, it says Mark Cherry. Nah, Mark Cherie is somebody else. That was a Zoe that got hit in the back of his head. He's from from Broward County or something.
So they gonna be on you. They're gonna be like, so I thought, you know what I'm saying, I thought niggas ain't supposed to write nothing. You're supposed to not talk to the police and say shit. So like, how do you answer to the people who gonna say that?
This is a grievance. The grievance goes to the warden and then goes to classification. So this is how you get out of confinement. We all got to confinement and we didn't do shit. This ain't no fucking, you know what I'm saying? But you look at this right here, participating in a disturbance and disobeying the order. This shit, hang on. This shit came from right after the whatchamacallit, that aggravated assault on the inmate. So when that shit happened, they ended up coming to my door, not the warden, but the captain and all the COs that was involved in the grievance. They came to my door, they bucked me on my food, so they're like, we ain't giving you shit. And then they gassed the fuck out of me for the same incident. So I ended up going through it with the police about this whole side of confinement. So I ended up getting 30 days for each one of them. So that's 60 days for them two DRs for going through it with the police. And then 120 days because Buddy crashed me. So I went to confinement because of Buddy. Two other people went to confinement because of Buddy. We all got sentenced for this shit.
So you saying though, like the grievance that you wrote out or whatever, you had to write that shit in order to get out of confinement? Like that's like a mandatory thing, or you was just working your move or something?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Nobody really gets out of confinement. If you get a DR, yeah, it's pretty much not gonna get out of there.
Yeah.
So I wrote that shit up like, look, ain't none of this shit happened. None of this shit's true. I had to sit in the room handcuffed while they beat the fuck out of both of them boys. And even though this is dude I'm at war with, and he just fired me up, I don't want to see nobody get flipped like that, you know? I'd rather do it to you than fucking watch the police do it. Because they walked in and put their gloves on and beat the fuck out of them. My bro that got locked up that didn't do nothing, his face was like this here. Way the fuck out. And I spoke on this, like this video that I got right here. This shit's from 4 years ago, bro. Breaking down this whole shit. So it's like, this ain't no new story. This ain't none. I've been put all this shit out. Motherfuckers is just trying to jump on.
So look, but you 1090J. So they like, nigga, 1090J, anything with your name on it with some paperwork.
Man, listen, they don't even gotta listen to me. I got homies that's in this live right now that want to come on here that was there when shit happened. I got a homie that's in Georgia State Prison right now that was there when it happened. He the one that told me not to get off the bunk. So motherfuckers that was in the dorm know exactly how the shit went. Bro crashed me in front of Troll, bro. It's like you get shot in front of the police. The police know who shot you already. You see what I'm saying?
All right.
So you try to say any little thing, they already know who did it. He did it in front of Troll. If anything, you put 3 other people in confinement with what you did. Nothing that we was already in that bitch and sentenced.
Yeah.
So it's like,
so
ain't nothing the motherfucker can do.
So to the niggas that's gonna be like, but still, like, all right, so explain what the difference between a grievance and a statement is, because niggas gonna be like, that's still telling if you write some shit out. You know what I'm saying? So like, break that down.
Your statement is gonna be whatever you initially fucking, I think like whenever the shit actually happened. I don't even remember if we wrote a statement or they just wrote it for us and like forced our name, because we all got cuffed up. Because I was one of the ones that got taken to medical, because me and Dude both got hit up. And the other 2 just got beat, and then they tried to say, like, when they beat the fuck out of him, all the shit that they did to his face, they said that I did it.
Yeah.
So a grievance could be anything, bro. Like, you got a sock with a hole in it. You got whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just a grievance is like a complaint or an appeal, or like, I don't really know how to put it in civilian terms because they don't really have the same shit in civilian court. But a grievance is like a complaint.
Yeah. So, all right, another question they're going to be on. So, like, did you have to write that grievance out, or, like, that was some shit that they came to you with? Like, how did the grievance even, how did you know what I'm saying? Because some niggas right now, they saying it's not a grievance.
I requested the grievance.
So, you did request?
I requested. Yeah, so normally if you request a grievance, you pretty much signing up to go to war with the police.
Yeah.
Because they know you're going to be complaining about something they did. So when you go for a grievance, you're signing up to go at it with the police. That's really who I went through it with. So it's a complaint towards whoever's in charge of you. That's how the shit popped off. That's why I got my ass fired up by the COs. They came through and they hit me with the riot can of gas and burnt all the skin off my side.
You know they're gonna be on you though. They're gonna be like 10 that.
Yeah, but they on dick though already, because I can show them all type of shit. We gotta get the white boy up out of here.
But they saying
motherfuckers is still talking about a smoke shop that I never even worked at, because somebody put my name on a news article saying the smoke shop got hit with a sting that I never worked at, and they you told on the smoke shop.
Yeah.
So it's like, if they sucking dick, they're gonna suck dick regardless. But I can show them this person. Nah, he ain't do that. Nah, he ain't say nothing crazy. Nah, he ain't. So it's like, you know.
Yeah, nah, fact. I feel that, but you know, they gonna be like, niggas ain't supposed, any nigga that carry themselves like a street nigga ain't supposed to be writing no statements, no grievances, or any of that shit. So like,
facts.
That's
100%. And you know what else they say? The second somebody gets shot, kicked, punched, flipped by the police, what do? They complain, right?
Yeah.
They say something, everybody starts marching around and fucking boycotting and tearing shit up. Anytime something happens with the police. So I said something about 2 other black motherfuckers getting beat by the police. I didn't even get beat. I said something off their face, right?
Yeah.
And I suffered the consequences of that. So what happens in a situation like that? Because we just went over the Kodak thing where Kodak said he was getting tortured by the police. What everybody said, you can't snitch on the police.
Yeah, so all right. So you gonna say, so all right, since y'all was already in jail, so you don't feel like that was snitching though, like even writing that statement out, like you don't feel like damn, I shouldn't have did that one?
Nah, because it had no effect on nobody.
Because y'all was already in jail type shit.
Not only were we already in confinement, We weren't in AC. So AC is before they figure out if you did something. So if I stab you in prison, I go to AC confinement. Then they're going to try to do the investigation and figure it out. When I go to DR court, they're going to say, nah, we don't have enough evidence that he stabbed him and let me out. Or they're going to say, nah, we know you stabbed him. Yeah, it's getting 120 days of confinement. We already went to confinement for the shit. So he already got found guilty along with everybody else that didn't do nothing. What he could have did is been like, nah, this nigga, he didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing. But he let everybody go down off of some shit that he did.
I feel that. And also, like, so the niggas gonna be like, damn, so Boston Richie saying the same shit. He's saying that he ain't get nobody locked up. So, like, what's the difference between what you doing and what Boston Richie did?
Boston Richie's team just said, if Young and Ace ain't a snitch, how come he's a snitch? Nobody give a fuck about Boston Richie at all.
Cause that's what I'm saying. They saying you picking and choosing. They saying with the Boston Richie shit, you label him a snitch.
How I'm picking and choosing? Boston Richie was trying to solve a murder by telling the police who to talk to solve the murder.
Cause they said with the Young and Ace situation, you didn't call him a rat, but he was giving a statement in the interrogation room. So Boston Richie and people like you picking and choosing.
Young and Ace said, that's my brother fighting Jeremy on video. They said, who was shooting? He said the other boys. So if his brother and Jeremy are fighting on video, neither one of them boys are doing nothing. They not the shooters. They on video fighting. Yeah. So who he telling on? Them other boys? Them other boys could have been ghosts. It could have been Young and Ace's team that blew the whole situation down. The other side might not even have had a gun on them. We don't know what it is. So who'd he rat on? Jeremy, who was fighting? They know he was fighting. They watched him fight on video. Just like in this situation, they nobody fired me up because he did it in front of the police so he could go to confinement and get the fuck out the dorm. Makes sense, right? And then when he got out of confinement, they sent me to another prison. When dude got out of confinement, my people flipped his stupid ass for that same situation. And the leftovers, those that was in the dorm, my homies went to flipping them too.
And that's
we
the Jimmy.
Going to war in that bitch. Now you gonna have the Zoes going crazy on Instagram. This is 10 years ago, 2013, 2014.
But this is the Jimmy Horay dude that you're talking about, right?
Jimmy got popped after he got out of confinement.
So where Jimmy at right now?
Either Haiti or fucking South Florida. I don't know.
All right, for sure.
I don't know where he's in.
So who
be keeping track of these
So
people?
all right, so some dude named Byron just had his paperwork and he just made a page and shit, and I guess I posted it. So now everybody's tapping in. So if y'all see what's going on, some paperwork has surfaced. It's a grievance. That's what 1090J's calling this type shit. And people like Reese just commented. I think Reese in here, he said that you can write a grievance if you're trying to put a lawsuit on the police. But you know, everybody else gonna say, what's the difference between a grievance and a statement? You know what I'm saying?
You know why they're asking that? Because 99% of the people on here, they got the strictest politics, ain't never been to jail, never been to prison, never been to court.
Yeah.
Period. So unless you've been locked the fuck up, you really don't understand what's going on. Motherfuckers think because of Gunner that a plea deal is snitching. They don't even know you can get a plea deal in a case by yourself. So it's like, I don't know, motherfucker can't, you know? Motherfucker ain't trying to convince people. You don't like me, then fuck you. I ain't trying to convince nobody to rock with me. Whoever rocking with me, period. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't give a fuck about none of these rappers that got exposed. They just trying to, if this motherfucker did it, then I shouldn't. I don't want to hear that shit, bro. Period.
Nah, I feel that.
How come in every one of my criminal cases, motherfuckers ain't got nothing on me? Ain't nobody posting the paperwork when I told the police to fuck off in my case and my Cody snitched on me? That's how I went to prison. Nobody talks about that. But somebody will be in an interrogation room for an hour and a half. Motherfuckers like, nah, he ain't snitched because that new song sliding. I don't want to stop listening to it.
Mickey True said civil versus criminal, the best way to explain it. What you talking about, Mickey? Why she say that?
Well, civil versus criminal, if you writing something against the police, I'm assuming what she's meaning is that would be like a civil case, like you're trying to sue the police. So when I wrote in the thing that I contacted my family and we finna get a lawyer, I was capping. We didn't have no money for no lawyer. I didn't even have a lawyer in my case. I was just trying to make it sound like, bitch, let me out of confinement. My people finna, because there's some people that don't make a call and their family will show up at the prison. And, hey, you need to let my son out. When you apply that pressure, shit actually happens. But that shit ain't happen for me, bro. They fucking gassed me. They fucking put me in the shower. All the gas went down on my dick and shit. I got burnt. They got me on video camera. They put me in the back in the cell. That was it. I did fucking 210 days in confinement straight after that shit.
So, but basically, so you saying that when you was ranked, cause they in the shit it said, so help me please and shit. So you agree that was you who wrote all that shit out?
The whole thing I wrote, bro. I'm writing to the warden. Like, look, this the situation I'm in. You gotta make it sound some type of something.
Nah,
like,
yeah.
What I'm gonna be like, hey, warden, I'm big gangster, but let me out of confinement. You think they finna? Nah. That shit ain't finna work like that. And they probably looking at my DRs because I already done been for confinement for fucking weapons and everything else already when this shit happened. So it's like once that happened, they boosted up my custody level to closed custody. I got shipped off the unit in a gang sweep. So they sent all the Bloods and Zoes in one bus back to reception. And then I ended up going to an adult prison. So I had to finish my confinement time at Appalachia CI. And then I got into more shit when I got over there. I was fighting in there, whatever. So that's how I ended up doing 210 days of confinement.
Nah, I hear you. So, all right, so niggas is saying that a grievance is still a statement. That's what I'm seeing in the comments. They said niggas is saying you ain't supposed to write no grievance or anything.
Yeah. Tell them sucking dick is still sucking dick. Are you writing a statement when you get in a car accident? Or you just letting somebody hit your car? That's what you finna do? You that gangster that when someone hits your car, you ain't finna go to the police department and get the shit you gotta write out. Nah, because you so gangster. That's what you doing?
Yeah. You know, everybody gonna have their side or how they feel about the situation.
Yeah, you know why? Because they heard I made $1 million off of this shit. That's why they finna, you know.
So that's why niggas,
yes.
so niggas is
See, this the thing that happens in life, right? People either forget about you, they come kill you, or they try to politic you out the way. That's what they're trying to politic me out the way. No, I'm gonna give you reasons why you shouldn't like him. He's white. We gotta stand up together. That's what motherfuckers try to, you know, because they know if ain't nothing finna unite some people, is we gonna throw the race card in there.
Yeah.
He's white. He ain't supposed to. It's the same shit Charleston White be doing. He know how to get people moving. He know how to hype the crowd, and then that shit dies the fuck out.
Yeah, so yeah, but that's the thing. That's what's really fucking it up, because it's like, nigga, 1090J, the nigga that's exposing the paperwork, so they ain't trying to see your name on anything. No grievances, you know what I'm saying? Nothing like that. So that's really like
they don't want to see my name on no jumper either, making a bag off of this shit. That's what they really don't want to see. And who the one that hit you up about this?
I think Chirac Reyes hit me and sent it to me.
Chirac Reyes, right? Yeah. So I talked to one of them because there's two of them. You know that them employees at the Cook County fucking clerk office?
I ain't knowing that.
That's what bruh told me.
Oh, so
they work at the
Wait. So you telling me the people that's leaking? Hold on.
Courthouse.
So that's some crazy shit you saying. So you telling me the niggas that's leaking the videos?
The ones that's leaking this shit work at the fucking
So they work
courthouse.
at the jail. They work at Cook County. And how you know that? They told you that?
He told me this shit.
Two of them.
There's two. They do the same fucking thing.
Nah, that's crazy though. I ain't know that.
Whether they're clerks in training or whatever the fuck, they work at fucking Cook County. So they request people's disciplinary reports, and then they request the video that come with it. So that's how I knew Lil J ass really a freak. He really gay. Because they requested his incident reports, and they said, yeah, whatever the fuck his name is caught doing some gay shit, and then they requested the video. So
damn.
The motherfuckers that's pumping the situation is working for the courthouse. Tell them post a picture.
Yeah, I don't know. That's tough, cause that's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, you know, niggas gonna be on you for this though. Everybody gonna have their narratives about that shit. You already know.
Ain't nobody finna be on nothing. They finna make a video, try to get their clout up, and then they gonna see me in real life and want to take a picture. That's the shit that happens every time.
So look, in the grievance though, you had said that the nigga attacked you and shit. So they saying like even in the grievance, like why would you say, you know what I'm saying? Why would you say a nigga attacked you? They say even if it's a grievance, you basically saying an inmate hit you or some shit. Even though you said you was working.
I'm writing the grievance on what took place. The CO saw what took place. Officer Coy, that motherfucker was cool. That's the type of CO that'll let you go in the back room and beat the shit out of each other. As long as nobody gets stabbed, he ain't gonna say nothing. But it's the sergeant that was with him that really fucked up the situation. They watched him fire me up. He did it in front of them while they were watching. See, when my homie popped the Zoe, B-Dorm got two sides. It's open bay. There's no cells. It's bunk beds. There's no cameras. The COs were in B2. My homie popped dude in the head. Boom. Fucked him up. Now he's just laying there, jelly coming out of his shit. When the COs got back in the booth where they can see both of us, That's when dude fired me up. So you fired me up so they could see it, so you could go to confinement to avoid the consequence of staying in the dorm. So they already knew what he did. By the time that I wrote the grievance, he already got found guilty on what happened. So it wasn't no, oh, they haven't decided yet, we don't know yet. He already got found guilty for this shit. You crashed me in front of the police. There's no debating this shit.
Nah, I feel that. So yeah, we just had to get your side to everything, cause you know niggas be like, yo, Reem, you always posting other niggas shit. So if 1090 shit, you know what I'm saying?
Man, hey, don't end it now. You got 3,000 people in this bitch. You better come up with some more questions.
I got a lot of questions. I got people who got questions for you and shit too. So I mean, shit, we can keep running that shit, cause like a lot of niggas is like, you know, niggas is hitting me like, man, fuck that. The nigga told a nigga ain't supposed to write no grievance. The grievance is a statement. So it's like niggas gonna be running.
Let me
with
ask
that.
you something. How many people said QCP told?
I think it's split like 50-50.
No,
like a lot of.
How many people like publicly said it? Like not comments, not anonymous pages. How many people publicly said he told?
Not that many.
I don't know one rapper that said he did.
Nah, niggas stayed away from it.
And he got a statement saying that he got shot at or something, and then he signed it.
It was something in the mall where he was in an altercation with somebody.
That was a statement. That was a statement on the scene, right? But they say he ain't snitch.
So basically, what you saying though is a nigga. So you basically saying you did give a statement, but you know what I'm saying? Because you bringing up QCP statement, but that don't really change from the fact that, you know what I'm saying, that you wrote your grievance. That's what niggas gonna be saying. They're like, so I mean, you still.
Well, this the biggest thing, right? And I'm not gonna get on you about it because I understand you don't really know the difference between the two. I wrote a grievance, right? So the top of my paper, I'll show you right now what the difference is between the two. I don't know if you can see it because of the quality. This is a grievance. Request for administrative remedy, grievance. Then it's talking about whatever abuse. Part A, inmate grievance. Now, when you go to this shit, it says statement. And this is a whole shot at me and killed my friend, a black handgun. So if motherfuckers ain't gonna stand on this statement, a motherfucker cannot say shit about this grievance. Because these is two fucking different things, right?
So let me ask you this then. So if a rapper write a grievance and shit, you ain't gonna make no video about a nigga, cause like, you know what I'm saying? So a grievance is cool, but a statement ain't cool. That's what I'm getting.
I'll be honest with you, I don't even know how to request a grievance. Cause a grievance would be like, oh, I've been trying to see medical and they ain't been letting me go to medical. I've been trying to get new uniforms for Vizzo. They ain't let me get no new uniform.
Yeah.
I don't even know how you would request that. When I emailed the Florida Department of Corrections, I said, I want copies of all of my disciplinary reports. And I put that shit out 4 years ago. So it's like, you know, I don't even know how to get grievances.
Yeah. So we got a lot of people in here. Should we ask some people? You said you got 2 people that wanted to come speak. If not,
I don't know, because I can't see if they on here though. They got a comment. I don't know if they on here because I can't. Hey, right there where it says Ink Spills 5950.
Ink Spills? Hold on.
Ink Spills 5950. See if you could tap him in. He was in there when it happened.
I don't even see bro shit, not gonna hold you. Ink Spills?
Hey, bro, request a live, bro. I don't know if he know how to do it. He in the comments though, if you scroll up.
Yeah, I don't see him in the comment. My shit going crazy. Tell bro to send me a request. I don't know.
You see BKA Bolo?
BKA Bolo, hold on, let me check. Nah, but tell them if they send a request.
Man, you gotta scroll. Hey, Brando, send a request to the live.
Or spam comment type shit.
Or just keep commenting that shit.
Whichever one comes first. You said Ink and what's the other nigga name?
Ink said he did. Ink said he did request it.
Let me see type shit. Ink
Spills 5950. And BKA Bolo requested this shit too. They in the comments right now, like they like the first comments.
I think you see him because you follow him type shit or something. I don't know.
You probably just got to scroll down to the beginning.
Man, them shits, I ain't seeing them shits. If they requested, you know what I'm saying? I don't see them in the request either though.
Man.
I see my nigga Ken AK-47 in this bitch, Sadie Nash in this bitch.
I fought with both of them. BKA Bolo and Ink Spills. I'll probably have to go live, ain't it?
Yeah. Well, we'll just, I see Ink Spills. Ink by Ghost, Ink Spills.
Yeah, bring him in.
All right, for sure.
This somebody that was dead when it happened.
He was locked in. He was locked up with you when this shit happened.
Man, he was in the dorm with me, bro. This who was popping his holes when I got took out the dorm. This the homie. Sure. I done interviewed him on my shit already.
Bring me the lighter.
What up?
Yo.
Good practice.
What's up? What's up?
Yo,
what's up? Hey, tell her how this shit went, bro.
I don't like this shit, blood. I don't like this shit. I don't like none of this shit, blood. Man, nigga just talking right now. Out here, all these niggas talking, blah. I'm looking at the comment, blood, nigga just talking. What they want to know,
Hey,
though?
so
What I really want to know? Hey, yeah, man, I'm a chain gang legend, homie.
For sure, for sure. So, all right. So basically, what's going on to everybody that came in late? So some paperwork surfaced, or no, a grievance surfaced, and 1090 he wrote the grievance or whatever. So now everybody's saying that fuck all that. Any grievances, any statements and shit, all that shit is considered snitching. So like, how do you feel about like, you know, niggas writing out grievances, or like, what's the difference between a grievance and a statement?
Look, I got a life sentence right now. That's like saying I can't appeal my case. Nigga, when you get found guilty or anything like that, you got to do some type of paperwork to beat what you got sentenced to. If you got convicted of anything that got some type of motherfucking mishap, technicality into where you can beat it, that's what you're supposed to do. And that's all Blood did by writing the agreement. That's all agreements mean while you in Florida prison. That's all that shit mean.
Yeah. So like, you will write a grievance and shit, and niggas will be like, nah, they ain't no stitching shit, or have you ever?
Like, I done wrote grievances on shit like when I got found with knives and shit. I wrote grievances to get my DRs thrown out and shit like that. I wrote all type of grievances. It depends the situation and everything. But in the day, when Blood got popped, when he got fired, hold on, go to the room quick.
When Blood in prison right now, he got a life sentence.
Yeah,
that's what he just said. He got a life sentence.
Yeah, all right, for sure. Yeah, you sure ain't got no service.
This really one of them homies, bro. Yeah, like really one of them.
What's happening?
Nah,
you say what?
But we can hear you type shit. Yeah, I can hear you.
You hear me now? Man, when that shit pop off, shit, man, Blood got fired up on the bunk. I was 3 bunks down from Blood. When he got popped, mind you, the Zoes in the dorm, they was scared. So the nigga fired Blood up on some scary shit trying to check out the dorm, cause we finna pop the ass in the morning going to chow hall. So when Blood get popped, I told him, man, just beat back. The nigga who fired Blood up going in front of the boot, way the police down type shit. So when all that shit go on, the homie Jamaica fired the other nigga up, the nigga Mark Cherry put a big ass hole in Mark Cherry head, the other old nigga and shit. So when that shit happened, the police come in, shake us down, pat everybody down, take everybody's shirts off, make sure everybody ain't stabbed and shit like that. And while all that shit going on, they find out they seen blood was leaking and shit. They take them to the hole. They go, when you first go to the box, it's called administration confinement. That's investigation. That's why you do 120, 180 days. You pin an investigation and shit. While they doing their research and shit, see what happened. So to clear the paperwork up, so the police ain't gotta do that much paperwork. They'll just write it to where like, okay, they gonna say we fighting and shit, just so they ain't gotta do all the paperwork. So once you get your motherfucking DR and shit, that's when you get found, you go to DR because you get found guilty. That's when you start to agree with procedure because you're trying to appeal, you trying to appeal your conviction. You trying to appeal what you got found guilty for. So all he doing is rewriting what the fucking DR said.
Cause
Hey,
So how you
hey,
snitching?
hey,
You feel me?
Remo, you know what I forgot to tell you too? You can hear me?
yeah, what up?
Dude that fired me up when we went to confinement, they put me on the top tier. They put him on the bottom tier right under my cell in the room of my homie CT. Homie CT was taking his food and all that shit. So he checked out the dorm
Yeah,
just to get
the homie
escorted
CG from
downstairs from
Orlando.
like, I'm yelling down to CT, man, hey, man, flip his ass, take that shit, take all of his shit, starving his ass. Then the other one, Mark Cherry, got put in the dorm with Yella, one of the big ass homies. He downstairs, he's scared as fuck. Like,
Yeah.
bro, and then homie that's still here right now is firing up the rest of the girls in the dorm. So it's
Yeah, you got the
like
video type shit. Yeah, so you asked
I
me,
got
so
the
look, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to figure it out because, like, we always been told any type of statements, any type of cooperating with the police, whether it's, you know what I'm saying? But now some niggas is saying that a grievance is cool, so I'm like, all right, so niggas, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a street nigga, no, I'm a civilian. So I'm looking at it like I ain't never wrote no statements and none of that shit. So I'm saying, so a nigga can write a grievance, but I can't write a statement, and nigga, that's cool. And that's basically what bro saying at the bottom, right?
it's like how he explained it. He got a life sentence, right? If he appeals his life sentence, that's the equivalent of what a grievance would be. You're fighting what they said that they put on you. So if you say, nah, this didn't happen and this is how I'm trying to reverse this situation, you fighting it. You see what I'm saying? But in prison, you finna file a grievance to fight your DR to try to reverse your DR.
Oh yeah. And niggas, you know,